Section 2.3, the nature and types of demons. Demon, a devil, evil spirit. Spirit means a supernatural being, especially one thought of as haunting or possessing a person, house, etc., as a ghost or inhabiting a certain region, being of a certain character, etc., as an angel, demon, fairy, or elf. In general, this is dictionary meaning, I think. As mentioned above, a common misconception is that demons are fallen angels. This is not true, as we already covered. Demons are defiled or defective spirits that are byproduct of illicit worship and perverse sexual unions. Normal natural sexual unions between married humans and the natural mating between animals of the same species brings God's life into the world in form of human and animal spirits. Demons are produced when humans commit sexual sin, fornicate, commit adultery, copulate with animals or even objects, and worship false gods. In spiritual terms, ritual worship and physical coitus are nearly equivalent activities with similar consequences. Okay, that's why we'll see that even in no, this books like Jeremiah and Ezekiel. Many times when Israel committed this sin of idol worship, that is always you know spoken as sexual sins or adulteries, right? Many demonic spirits are analogous to human spirits, but many more reflect their mixed nature and are animistic or elemental to varying degrees. Okay, the vast number of demons on earth are an indication of how prolonged and widespread sinful sexual or worship behavior is and the dire need for righteousness among humans. Prostitution, especially temple prostitution, is an especially grievous source of demons. And yeah, that is, there is also verses from Leviticus. And they shall not sacrifice their sacrifices any more to goats, demons, after which they have gone warring. It is prostitution. There is a perpetual statute to them throughout their generations. Let no one being tempted to say, I am tempted from God, for God is not tempted by evil, and he tempts no one. But each one is tempted by his own lusts, being drawn out and being seduced by them. And having conceived lust brings forth sin, and sin being fully formed brings forth death. Because of their illicit origins, demons are perverse in nature and hence naturally ally themselves with a fallen cherubim. Lucifer, who is now known as Satan or the devil, they are sentient beings typically without physical bodies. An exception to this are advanced and powerful demons, which may augment their forms by incorporating small amounts of matter to give them a physical presence. When these demons are destroyed, they may leave a residue of ash like dust behind. Demons are found in a nearly infinite various of types, forms, and functions with the common characteristics that they are evil, inimical to human beings, and irreconcilably opposite to God and His purposes. The intelligence of demons. The intelligence of demons varies from verging on mere instinct, as in the case of imps, to genius level and above for highly advanced archdemons such as thrones and above. Their power varies from inconsequential to the ability to cause disease, injury, death, and even physical destruction to unbelievers. You have to see this, it's about unbelievers. Most are visible only to persons with well developed spiritual sight, though some that have adapted themselves to incorporate matter can manifest themselves in the ordinary way. They are generally capable of understanding and responding to speech, and some can speak audibly, though most communicate telepathically. Understand this, right? Like most of them just with transferring their thoughts telepathically to humans. Their forms of locomotion may vary considerably from stationary to teleportation, with most common form of transportation being waking. Sorry, just a minute. Yeah, where are we? Okay, so they can teleport and they have common transportation of being walking, etc. as well. A large majority of demons are bipedal, but many other forms exist, ranging from snake-like demons that slither to multi-egged variants and even fish-like demons that swim. Some demons have wings, but flying demons, if they exist, are great rarity. Typically, they cover considerable distances by traveling underground through a network of spiritual corridors that connect a vast area of spiritual gates which act as portals between hell and the surface of the earth. This is about physical size um, that they don't have. We cannot exactly, I think, say that they occupy this much space or size. Uh, Let us go to the next part of. If anyone who want to read this can pause here probably and read later. Let us go to this. General classes of demons from least to greatest: imps, tempters, lusts, infirmities, lying spirits, coveting spirits, hatreds, spirits of death, principalities, thrones, dominions, archdemons. All spirits require some form of sustenance, but because of their rebellion, demons have been cut off from being sustained by the ordinary and general provision from the Lord. So yeah, this also kind of we covered before, like how why that's why they need humans and all that. Um, Let us read from here. Yeah. Demons also derive various kinds and intensities of pleasure from partaking of emotional states in both humans and animals, with humans being the preferred source. They appear to strongly prefer negative emotions such as anger, jealousy, hatred, despair, and especially depression. Violence, abuse, unnatural behavior, and social perversion strongly attract and nourish them. Hmm. The shedding of blood is of particular interest to them. When parasitizing a vulnerable human host, some demons may even experience states of euphoria quite similar to intoxication among humans. I don't know how you got this information, but it's interesting that this is like intoxication, as in when humans take drugs or alcohol, how they go into the state of euphoria. That is how the demons enjoy when they are parasitizing vulnerable humans. The primary effect on an interaction with human beings is the manipulation of emotions. This is the important thing to know. They influence people by a great range of manipulations of the centers of emotion, reasoning, and pleasure or pain. When demons can only firmly control possessed persons, they can very strongly influence a demonized person by making them feel positively or negatively about particular persons, circumstances, or things. They can also induce fatigue, headaches, nausea, and fainting or epilepsy. Deeply integrated demons can manipulate glandular functions to turn them on and off and pervert natural appetites. So, because of that, people will get unnatural appetites also. They would be hungry for the things which they should not be hungry, and level of hunger also will be too much. I'm not saying about food hunger, but any kind of appetite on anything. Demonic influence can be manifested as learning disabilities, sleep and eating disorders, emotional instability, speech impediments, hallucinations, dementia, insanity, and other such things. When they cannot influence a person directly against their will, demons often use this strategy more susceptible people to influence individuals by intimidation, seduction, control by authority, and etc. Mm. So here I want to pause and say also some things like how they can manipulate emotions. Okay, we have a question. Let me pause. Means sometimes it's like when we are in the presence of people who are suffering with demonization for a moment or for some time, like we can also our emotions can also, I think, be um, influenced because of that demon in the environment there. So we should be, I mean, we should, if we have the discernment, like we should pray and have the discernment to understand what is something very unnatural that has happening for us when that person comes. Like yesterday, one sister is telling, right, how she gets, she when some specific person comes to home, and she leaves every time there is a fight at home or something like that. So I had a couple of experiences like that. Um, I know that some people are sensitive in their spirit, some are not. But I thought like I'm not that sensitive, to be frank. But in this times, what happened is one time, like whenever I used to go to a specific person's house, I don't know why, but any small, I mean, I would be generally talking to that sister, but suddenly she would say something that is too pricky or like too powerful subtly, but it's not like she has to use any voice or anything. Suddenly, I would get this burst of anger. My tone, I would shout so much, I would become so angry and I would shout. And once I come back home, then it's nothing. I feel, why did I behave like that? And I understood that I'm only doing in that particular person's house. And exactly when where she has this capacity to raise me using some sensitive words or something. But then I realized, okay, next time I have to pray that no evil spirit would touch me wherever, even if I am in that house. Or this can happen when some others come to our house also. So we should pray. When we observe such patterns, we should pray that we should not give any permission to any evil spirit to, enter our house along with them. They have to be out. And there is one time, like I was sitting in a deliverance session and helping another leader do the deliverance session for some person. And um, I don't know, like when the when the session is happening, suddenly I felt a little bit inferior of myself. The leader, I felt that suddenly as if she is not giving me time or opportunity to talk, or not giving value for my opinions. Or suddenly I even felt if she doesn't like me because I am an Indian. I even felt that there is probably she could be racist. And after the session is over, like I felt so strange. Why did I that kind of feelings overwhelmed me, and I don't have that confidence like I generally do during that session. Afterwards, it was fine, but I definitely felt it's not my natural way of thinking. I would generally be very positive. So when I discussed the same thing with another leader about the situation, then the leader told about me how when even in the deliverance session, sometimes because of the demons, even we get to influence the thoughts or the demons, the emotions the other persons are struggling and suffering, and we could immediately experience in us, so that we should use actually as a discernment tool and rebuke that spirit from that environment and that particularly that person as well, and cast that spirit out. So That helped me so to for the next sessions to be sensitive on what kind of spirits that we are dealing with the other person too. Because she, even that leader who I was talking to, she told that it even happened to her that one day when she was doing the deliverance session, suddenly she felt the urge to, remove the top button of her shirt, and suddenly she felt like, why did I even feel that to remove and expose a bit? And immediately she recognized that spirit of lust or seducing spirit in the environment, and she could, um, you know, cast it out and be safe. So we need such kind of what is that knowledge and discernment about what is happening around us. We have to be able to identify. Not everything we can keep in the same category. We should have wisdom and discernment, especially to know what is with us and what is in the environment, what is about the other person. I even heard the stories of how people get these dreams of them being homosexual in the dreams when they meet homosexual people on their daytime and sit with them and hang out a bit or talk to them or like that. So that spirits can rub on them too, and God would cleanse them in the sleeping time. They would know because of the dreams that they are there and they had to pray and all that. Anyways, that's just one thing I wanted. I thought it would help someone. And next, yeah, this is why I told that like we already went through this, but the primary effect is manipulations of emotions. And many people during this deliverance sessions often tell how they are feeling nausea when the deliverance is started, and the stomachs won't agree. And many people will feel this, um, vomitings, and they do vomit also during the sessions, and cough otherwise. Some yawn. Many times, even the other people who are doing the deliverance, just because it is there, can also feel the same things like yawning and other things when the spirits are leaving. Anyways, then while it is uncommon for demons to actually create illness, they can exacerbate it, as in the case of diabetes, deafness, blindness, paralysis, cancer, and etc. The manual chiefly deal with the detection, expulsion, and prevention of demonization. The presence of demons about, on, or within a human body, and with sanctification means cleansing the presence of demons and defilement from people, places, and objects. However, the principles attained herein may be adapted to animals, plants, and other inanimate objects with only minor modification in technique when necessary. Detection of demons. To the exceptional person with the advanced gift of spiritual discernment, demons may be plainly seen and observed in detail. In such case, demons present externally on or about a person or an object are readily detected. Those within a person or object are discernible only to very advanced seers. However, the same demon may be visualized quite differently by individual observers. Some demons routinely come and go relative to a person. Others adhere to a fixed position on their body. Okay, this is about that. And when a demon is entirely within a person, its presence may be deduced from the unhealthy colors in the presence or person's aura, such as black, green, red, or purple. They may also have visible holes or tears in their aura that indicate. Anyway, we are, I mean, none of in this group are people who are able to see auras as of now, but there are some spiritual people, not only spiritual as in Christian, but spiritually sensitive even in other religions, though those say that they can see auras for everybody. So it probably they can understand that better. Here is an important point that we have to see too. The presence of tattoos, piercing, and ritual scars. or not those caused by ordinary trauma or surgery. Sometimes because of surgery and fallings and all of that also people get scars. Not that scars, ritual scars. That means even in Hindus also, right? In India, in some places they used to heat the rods and keep for some kind of you know for some kind of idol worship purpose or covenants purpose. There are groups and people that do scars. There are so many castes and people that do piercing in Indian culture, especially with the snake idol, right? There is this, and even for me and my sisters also. In our childhood, there is this snake festival, something related to snake idol. And only in that days, generally, they will call somebody and ask for the ear piercing. Even though it was not done in front of an idol for us, but it was done on that date because that is the general way of following for ear piercing. And many people still do it in temples and in front of idols, and the rituals are performed to do the ear piercing. So all this can invite, definitely not can, are inviting the demons into the children. And there are many Indians, like even Indians or anybody who even take tattoos. So these are strong indicators but not conclusions. Non-Christian religions such as non-Messianic Jews, Muslims, Hindus, yeah, all this generally be assumed to be demonized by demons common to their respective religions. Christians who are members of cults, lodges, even they do that masons, there are different masons. Um, so people of all types who are routinely involved in drugs, alcohols, heavy smokers, and abusers of prescription drugs, pornography, homosexuality, pedophilia, and bestiality may safely be presumed strongly demonized. Most denominational Christians are demonized to some degree by their respective institutional spirits. They are known, though there are notable exceptions among some groups of Pentecostals. Any organizations that has not explicitly made the Holy Spirit its institutional spirit may be presumed to have demonic institutional spirit, Christian or otherwise. Any institution will have institution spirits, even if it is a Christian or non-Christian, unless Holy Spirit is the institutional spirit of other church. If that church is not spirit led, then there is high chance that there could be other spirits that are working as per this manual. More commonly, demons are felt or detected by using the gift of spiritual discernment. When this gift is present in deliverance minister, there is typically a mildly unpleasant tingling sensation or the feeling of light pressure about the head chest. Sometimes some people can feel this, so um, we have to actually stop and check when speaking to different people and situations. And when you know that, you will know generally, right? We are in a very easy place like India, where there are so many idolaters and heavy smokers or people who do all this kind of things which we saw. So we know that definitely these people are carrying demons. When we are around them, you can check yourself. Are you feeling heavy? Are you feeling nauseatic? Are you feeling tingling? Are you feeling different? Some people even feel very bad smell, even though others cannot smell that, but they can smell sulfur or some other things, or some other kind of like bad egg, spoiled egg, how it smells, and all that kind of sulfur smell people feel. Spirit sense, I mean sensitive, and who are very sensitive feelers. There is one word people use for it, like feelers can feel that. I think probably in our kind of place where there are too many things, probably God can also protect us by not helping us feel, so that otherwise we cannot live in this kind of place, right? If we keep feeling for everybody. So one way it will help to be very help somebody like to identify whether they are what they are dealing with, but it may also overwhelm the people if there are too many of the people around them, and too many demonized people are there in the environment. It's very hard in that way, right? So we can't say it's a good thing or not a good thing to have that gift. Depends on person to person. Common physical symptoms of demonization are erratic eye movements, mm, especially the inability to make or maintain eye contact, slurred or slowed speech, poor coordination or nervous twitches and trembling. I remember I saw one kind of person like this long back, and I really felt when talking to them that there is something very much wrong with this person. Maybe felt like really they are under so much power of evil spirit. Slouched posture or scoliosis and unhealthy skin tone. Common behavioral issues associated with demonization are chronic lying, inordinate fearfulness, antisocial or violent behavior, learning disorders, various forms of autism, dementia, memory disorders, Alzheimer's disease, irrational behavior, hallucinations, and sensory disorders, obsessive compulsive behavior, epilepsy, sexual perversion, fetishes, etc., and etc. These may involve ordinary organic disorders, but demonization tends to be exas- exa- exacerbate them. Means they may involve ordinary organic disorders, also can cause all this. Not always these are probably because of demonization, but with these things, little bit if there are disorders, then if the demons get a chance, they will m- take more, I mean, increase it more or something like that, and may not let it go off. Demons may also induce sudden attacks of anxiety, nausea, intense anger, like I said in my example, and similar extreme conditions to divert attention from them or compel their host to avoid situations that could expose them to exorcism or lead to repentance. See, like this is very common, right? Like there will be some people we definitely saw, all of us, I think, when we try to bring the topic or try to bring the attention or identify anything that is causing, we will see them intense using extreme conditions they will use like intense anger or emotion, or they will suddenly talk about committing suicide or other emotional ways they'll use to divert attention so that they will not need to go for repentance. This is not something they would like. In the rare case that a person has made the very serious mistake of sacrificing a limb spiritually to the devil, the unprotected and highly demonized flesh of the physical limb can manifest a variety of painful conditions, resembling infections, rashes, bruises, withering, and even gangrene. I never saw this kind of thing, but so far, we don't probably know anyone who gave their hand or some part of the flesh to enemy, right? The most relevant types of demons for the purpose of this manual are referred into in deliverance literature as strongmen. These are demonic authorities that have subordinate demons and typically invest themselves in a particular functional area of person's life, such as strongmen of wardoms that invest in the area of sexual activity, or pride that invests itself in the functional area of identity. Each strongman is for one functional area, while their subordinate demons, such as fornication and anger, respectively, may be dealt with individually. It is far more effective. So this part we know, right? Like under each strongman, there will be this subordinate demons. Rather than addressing subordinate demons, better to address the first. For effective deliverance, we have to address the strongman first. Mm. So there is this Revelation verses. Please go through and read this as you pause later. And tomorrow we will see this soul ties and continents. We pause the video. Thank you.